And hello, welcome to round 16 in New Delhi, India. And this is the first race of the season where I can wrap up the Drivers' Championship title. And you can see myself here into Q3. In a few different scenarios where I can actually do that. If I win the race, then Hamilton can finish no higher than P4. If I get second place in this race, then Hamilton cannot finish no higher than P7. And if I am finished third, then Hamilton needs to finish outside the points in order for me to wrap up the Drivers' Championship title. As you can see, after one lap in qualifying, it's currently still hold pole position, but I don't feel quite safe with these guys behind me. Hamilton is in P2, right beside me on the grid, which is not ideal. A little bit of grass there, and a little bit of grass on the inside. Very tricky mid-sector, and of course on this track, if you've driven in this game, should be well aware of that. Smoothly through this long right-hand there, making the track as wide as possible on entry and exit alike. I'm a little bit under my own time now, not by much. And there we go, I improved my time a little bit, at less than half a tenth, and I'm 4/10 ahead of Lewis Hamilton. They are still on the lap. Isn't enough though.
Time's up. Finish this flying lap.
We'll see. I'll slowly go to my pit box again to keep the tires as good as possible. Is it enough? Yes it is. 4/10 indeed ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's in second, then his teammate actually in third, by the name of Nico Rosberg, of course. Fernando Alonso in fourth. Sebastian Vettel is fifth. Kimi Raikkonen 8/10 behind is in sixth place. Then it's Felipe Massa, who's in seventh, and Mark Webber, who's in eighth. Sergio Perez ninth, and Jenson Button in 10th. There you go. So the first task I succeeded. Actually, was a bit surprised that I actually made pole position on this track, since this, of course, yeah, I am not very great here. But it's all sunshine here today. No chance of rain at all. And we're going to back into the car. And here we go. So, let's go see what the rest of the grid looks like. Any strange abnormalities? Probably not. Hulkenberg didn't quite make it, he's in 11th. Then it's Di Resta, P12. Maldonado in P13. Ricciardo 14. Gutierrez did build a few last few times, but now only 15th, so not too great from him today. Bottas, Sutil, Verne, and then of course the usual suspects a little bit further down. There you go. So, checking if the setup actually loaded here. As you can see, of course, it's not live commentary, this is a cut down version. Though I did forget to turn the microphone off, so you might hear me chat here and there a little bit. Very far in the background because my headset was on my computer. I was just listening through the speaker set I have as well. So here you go. Thinking about it. What is best? Going for an option prime. 12 laps, 13 laps. Then about 18 or 17 laps, and finishing with an 18 lap stint on the primes as well. Should be more than safe. And reset it because I wasn't actually sure if that was gonna work. So thinking some more about it. I mean, tire wear overall is not bad, but it's that front left that gets a beating on this track, and it's it gets a lot of punishment through that long right-hander at the back of the circuit. So, setting it up again. And actually come interested in what I actually in the end picked on fuel. Cautious. So I thought I put it on aggressive, but I had plus 2 laps of fuel, so which shouldn't be right. Should underfuel the car. So my second try, I actually kept it on gas. So then it makes sense, because I thought I missed that. Or didn't think I'd missed that. Going with underfueling the car has helped me in the opening sessions of a race quite well. So everybody's lined up on the grid, waiting for the lights to start burning. It's quite a strange range. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. A little bit of wheel spin. I tried to cut back on the inside to block Hamilton off. Again, I can't get the power up fast enough, having to give up. I go back to the middle of the track and go around the outside of Lewis. No contact whatsoever. So good job there by everybody. And then that very tricky hairpin. Once again, I used the practice sessions to practice on high fuel loads with this car. And Raikkonen, there you go, had a very good start. He made it up to 3rd place. Can he keep it there, or will he lose that on top speed? So far, he's doing well, it seems. It's a good start by my own teammate. I go wide, heavy fuel loads. Of course, way too much speed in that corner for this car this time, but I don't lose a position. And Hamilton is staying right with me as expected. Didn't expect to be dominant at all. Expect to be finding hard for a position. So currently with Hamilton in P2, I do not have the Drivers' Championship wrapped up. And about to end lap 1. With the first gear a little bit wide on entry. And since this straight is so short, I intended to keep my curse for the long straight to get my speed up as fast as I can. Into the hairpin again. I always find it's one of the most trickiest corners on any track. I find it very hard to get a good marker to start steering into that corner and cut it perfectly. So you'll see me missing it quite often. Kimi takes a look on the inside of Hamilton. Hamilton holds the position just about. So Kimi is starting quite aggressively in this race. He's feeling like he's gonna lose his seat to me at the end of the season. He might, since he's quite far back. Don't see Kimi as a person who will settle for I he might just quit and let some Frenchman take over or something. Just kidding, of course. Ooh, go a bit wide there in the second to last corner. Hamilton almost wants to dive straight in there. Holds back, and we're coming up onto the main straight again. So the key on this track for defending for me is try to get a good exit out happen, use all my curves, and use high mix. If that will actually sets the current fastest lap. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit in a moment's time, since we're further on in the race. There you go, end of lap 3. I set the fastest lap of this time, but do I really? Probably not, because there are quite a few guys behind me. And currently Hamilton, that's the current best lap time. And we get invited to a game from somebody. Oh, he's got a bit of wheel spin, had some trouble getting the power down out of first gear. Take a defensive line slightly, but I see he's not coming in too quickly, only now. So I'll flip it back to standard and move over to the rubbered in line. And they're very good on braking there. Lap 6. You see Rosberg overtook Raikkonen, so he drops back a little bit. Watch the mirrors. Ooh, I almost have braked myself. Oh. Close again, but I keep safe there. And Raikkonen has dropped back quite a few places in his laps. But he's sticking with the pack at the moment, so that's important. One lap later again, Rosberg peaks on the inside of Hamilton. Hamilton goes wide and goes off the track. And it seems like he has partial spin since he's very slow down the mini-map, you could see. And Raikkonen snaps the advantage as well, overtaking both Vettel and Alonso and sneaks into third place. Lap 9, and Mr. Rosberg is right behind me, and Hülkenberg, of all people, sets the fastest lap. Of course, he will be behind the DRS if he's somewhere in the packed cars. But still, Hülkenberg is showing good pace today. Very, very good pace today. I move over to the left, confident that Rosberg won't attack me. And I'm safe for now. A bit messy through that mid-sector there. My mirrors, you can see the guard still, and Rosberg goes wide in the long left-hander, just gets it wrong, and everybody behind him slots up. And look at that, Hülkenberg has made it into third place now, so he's doing very well. It's remarkable for the Sauber car. Go AI Hülkenberg. So lap 11, of course I've got now my teammate behind me. Just see in the left hand mirror a little bit. Got an advantage, he's not quite far behind. I feel quite safe. But I go a bit wide and he tips me around. I get a half spin. And he doesn't get a penalty. There goes Rosberg and there goes Webber, and I drop back to 6th place and I immediately dive bomb in between Webber there, a bit aggressively, but I was a bit annoyed. Mission 5 seconds to get spinned around by my teammate and to realize not long later that he will not get a penalty for that, since he never went in the pits for one. And I see my tire is from left pretty worn, don't have any damage from that spin, of course, didn't hit the wall or anything. Still going wide here and feeling my tires quite hurt now. Go wide here on the wall. Then I overclock the pit entry trying to get it out, where I bang into the... as I mentioned, this was playing the pit stop, didn't come in late, so I switched last second to prime tires and going for a safer strategy, maybe run long or alternate it, see if because I don't feel like I can run the options that long. Just running into lap 12 even would have been a stretch. And I don't actually have a clean set of tyres, and I would have had to do 13 laps on the next one. So
you're on the slower tyre, but you're maintaining the gap to the car ahead, so we're very happy. This is good.
So that's quite a bit down the pack now. Not what I've really been used to in this latter stage of the season. Since I had actually a 4-win streak at DNF in second place, with 2 penalties in there,
The gap between you and the car behind
and then
is
another
3 seconds.
3-win streak. We'll go with wide. The tire is still cold, I guess, or just steered in or wrong. So here we go, lap 13. Tires should be a bit warmed up now, and I caught up to number 14, which is Maldonado. Got a good exit in for a change. Open the DRS. And that breeze past the Williams, go back to standard. And then it's Ricciardo next up. Of course, I got some time to make up since the incident with Raikkonen. So I want to use the maximum, or get the maximum amount of profit out of these fresh rubber. Got a little bit on the inside, and Ricciardo does the same thing that Rosberg did. There was space, but he goes wide anyway. Rosberg didn't even have anyone beside him. So I'm giving myself to hurry up, and maybe it was a bit too much on the inside. Again, doesn't give me so much as a warning or a hand position back message.
There are quite a few cars in the pits
I
right
set
now.
the fastest lap at
Let's
1:31,
see.
3:03. More people up ahead. Somebody just came out of the
Be
pits.
aware, we think the car behind is
And that's
trying to
Rosberg
save
up
you.
ahead. So Rosberg ahead of Bottas, and my teammate Kimi should be in front of that.
Brilliant lap. You're driving as well as I've ever seen. This is exactly what we need until the end.
And this couple of laps I did make a lot of progress. Effectively. Very late dive, very late on the brakes. Make it, Bottas sees me coming. Tried to hold on the outside, didn't work. A lot later I've caught up though. Rosberg is in 4th, and improved the fastest lap again. Thought DRS would help. I'm still using all my curves down the straight. Hitting the ref limiter quite early actually. Of course my curves usage during qualifying was very different.
Lap times are looking good.
Also, of course, the best chance for me to get anywhere is, of course, at the end of the straight, especially with these guys. Rosberg slows down significantly, and I dive into the left side, brake a little bit later, hold it there, and we go side by side, and Rosberg gives up, no contact, great pass into P4, and now I'm sort of on my way to quote unquote, so let's get revenge and get my position back in comparison to Raikkonen. And look where Hamilton is at the moment. I'm in P4 at the moment, and he's in P10. He's got 1 point. It's not enough, but Hamilton is further back, so he's not really making the way back forwards again.
The car behind is running on the option
Like he
tyre.
did
They
in
have the
Japan.
advantage.
So there is a definite chance for me if I can work my way up to grab the championship. Hülkenberg goes off the track. Lap 16 goes wide at the exit of the long straight, and he falls back, and everybody slides up the spot. So now I'm in P3, and Hamilton is now, as you can see, lap 17 in P9. So it's just not enough. He needs to be outside the points if I'm in 3rd. But I'm very, very close to Raikkonen, and I make a mistake.
Of the race.
I lose the back of the car, a bit too aggressive on the throw on those curves, and then this goodbye car. lose a little bit of time again, and I can start closing up the gap all over again. I can see him disappearing, and then you can see Rosberg in my mirrors again. Still using high mix down the straight, but I'm reaching optimal. I just quickly browse through there just to see. It's easy to see. I mean, if the top box is green, you're good. If the top box is yellow, you're just about doing it. If it's red, you're down on fuel for the end of the race. So, made it back into the DRS zone, just about. So I'm chasing him down the start-finish straight and improve the fastest lap of the race at this time. Easier on the throttle now. Don't want to lose it again.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep that up.
Brake towards him, actually. Do the same thing I did with Maldonado. Except I don't get the power down that well. With high mix, use all my curves again. And now I've got a lot more top speed than Raikkonen. I move beside him. There's nothing he can do. He's actually quite good on braking, but he's got the inside line. And he has to yield. Now, who's it up ahead? It's Sebastian Vettel actually, so the Vettel hasn't escaped this back really. He's not going that quick. He's on option tyres, I believe, and Kimi and myself are on the harder one, so it's likely that he's saving fuel.
We need to pass this guy. You're
Currently,
set to 1.
I've got the Drivers' Championship in hand. I'm in P2 and Hamilton is not in P7 or in P6 or higher, I believe. So, as it stands now, I've got the Drivers' Championship and Hamilton. Vettel's going very, very slow here. I get the wing open, get a good exit, get a better exit than him. He doesn't even go defensive. I break him into turn 1. P8 Hamilton. P8, so. And I'm in first place now, which means I am very solidly heading towards the championship right now if I can hold on. Which at this point is not something I'm feeling, because look at that, Raikkonen slipped by Vettel as well, and he will continue on charging forwards without me, or with me, I should say. Six tenths behind, he's not giving up. We see a back marker, and a little bit of a gap pulled to Raikkonen. Try to go on the outside, of course, no grip, not gonna work. He goes wide anyway. I make the pass. Goes outside for Raikkonen pretty effortlessly, so he managed to close the gap, and as you can see now, he's right behind me on the straight. Quite close. Take the defensive line on the inside. He takes a bit of toe and he still rolls past me. Can we outbrake it now? Brake too late. Off the line. Get a bit of lock up. Go wide.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
I lose the position there. Now I need to focus. Get this dirt on my tyres. See if we can get within a second again. And half a lap later, it still was 1.2 seconds. There's a back marker in front of me, which can help. And will he? It goes slows all the way down. Raikkonen has to yield. I go with too much speed. I bump into Raikkonen. Sort of forget to look at my mirrors as I evade the slow-moving Caterham. So yeah, that was a bit crazy there. But I managed to pull an advantage out of it. So I would saw that moment as a little bit of karma moment. Lap 27, and I decide to pit. It's such an annoying little pit line. I do cut the lines a bit, try to respect it as much as I can. I'm going too slow. You could basically cut this whole goddamn thing off if you want to. Crazy. Hilkeberg joins the pit box with me, and I get out ahead of him quite easily. And I just saw the pit crew disappear in the mirrors. They're not even there in the mirrors, so.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
Okay, get out.
You're on the prime tyres. Only one stop to go.
So the original plan was to stop on the 25, but that was what's going on with the option, so which I dragged that stint out by 2 laps. And now the target was to reach lap 42, I think I said in the planning.
Okay, prime for your next box.
I'm in 2nd place, so I'm still on my way to secure the championship at this time, I believe. I didn't actually check where Hamilton was before I entered the pit line, but I'm sure I will see that soon enough. At 29, a lap later. Bit wobbly there. Fastest middle sector though, still get a bit of grass. That's not going to help me get to this corner. They go wide again almost. Still keeping it in 2nd. So a messy lap. But Hulkenberg is still strongly behind me, and let's see where Hamilton is. I'm in P2, he needs to be P7 or lower. He's in P10 at the moment, so I'm still looking good as far as the Driver Championship is concerned. And Hulkenberg sets the fastest lap. Of course, he has the advantage of my toe, which I really need to break if at all possible. We've reached the midway point of this race. I'm just hoping for things to settle down a little bit, to be honest. There comes Hulkenberg with a lot of speed. Keep firm though, not the position, and managed to get the line. Lap 31. And you can see that Hulkenberg has dropped off. Maybe he's made a mistake a little bit somewhere. The gap is 1.7 seconds, and I get the fastest lap. This was improved the fastest lap this time to 1:28.519. That's confirmation.
Fastest lap for the race.
That's a good sign. Of course, meanwhile the gap to Kimi is slowly coming down as well. And again, slightly underneath previous best lap time. Look at that, only 0.004 of a second now, but means I'm able to do the pace a few laps in a row.
Try to pass them quickly.
Gorgeous track, gorgeous buildings as well. Nice design. It's a shame that this track is not on the calendar this year. And I improve it. There you go, but only just 1:28.510. Kimi just went into the pit box. He's coming out now. It puts Hulkenberg in 2nd. And I get another back marker here, and I cut it very close. But I just sneak past him without too much delay. And then another one here. I wait this time around, but he goes wide anyway. Just like in Suzuka, where they get really weird and go off track, even if you're just being patient and waiting. So Hamilton is in P7. So I'm still looking strong now. Ooh, when I go a bit wide, did I break myself? Got some dirt on my tire now, but Hulkenberg has dropped significantly, so I don't lose position. And then do it again not too long later, so it's not really a clean stint. And even though I'm working on the gap, I'm not really keeping it clean, because Raikkonen is of course on quicker tires at the moment it seems, and catching Hulkenberg. So this is my original pit stop, my original 2nd pit stop. Raikkonen has now passed Hulkenberg. Only 10 seconds behind me.
Hulkenberg is going for a longer stint. Sauber have fitted his car with prime tyres.
Hulkenberg actually pitted, so he just got the position handed to him. Hulkenberg is 16 seconds behind Raikkonen. And I'm going a lap longer. And the plan pit stop on Raikkonen has cut me up by about a second. Gap is 9.3. Lap 44, I dragged it out another lap. A little bit wide. Go to lean, so this is going to box. This I'm going to boxes, I don't need to save fuel. Keep the car inside the white lines at least. And there you go. I'm in the pit box for my final pit stop. Of course, all I want really is to stay ahead of Hulkenberg, since Raikkonen still has to pit. There goes Raikkonen. Hamilton is in P6 at the moment, so as it currently stands, I do not have to drive a championship, but Raikkonen will have to pit. So I'm still looking good. I come out the pits just ahead of Williams. And he will have DRS on me. Alonso sets the fastest lap. So half a second quicker than mine. And then Williams actually thinking about passing me. It slowed down so much at the braking. The gap is only 6 seconds now for Kimi, so that's not a lot. It's more than enough for me to pass him easily during a pit stop. And of course, I still had the fresh rubber advantage. The tyres that should have enough life in them. Now 46, Alonso quicker again. So he's the man at the pace at the moment. He's probably somewhere in 4th place at this stage. I'm not quite sure. But all we know that he's flying.
The car ahead is 3 seconds up on you.
Kimi is not quick, so he's probably going to pit either this list up or the next lap. 46. Just managed to evade that slow moving Marussia there of Gil Bianchi, so that was very, very close. And there you go, you see Kimi peeling off into the pit lane for his final pit stop. So Hulkenberg had got me up a little bit. Alonso's in 4th, Hamilton is in 6th. So right now, Hamilton is down back to P7 a lap later though. That was a very short cut. And Alonso has made it up to 3rd place, and Kimi is now in 4th. So he's knocked off the podium, and Alonso is catching Hulkenberg rapidly, as you can see from the timing there. Webber sets the fastest lap. Oh god, and that's incredibly messy there.
There's a group of slower cars just ahead
He's
of
in
you.
3rd, Raikkonen in 4th. Alonso down the back of Hulkenberg's car. He's probably going to make a pass. Look at the mini-map, that's where it's going to happen. But also look right in front of you, what's about to happen now. There's a back marker, he slows way down. I see it too late, it's Chilton. I run into the back of him. Get some wing damage.
You should be okay to stay out.
And get a penalty for pushing him around, even though he's slowed down so much. And I couldn't see that coming.
There's nothing we can do about it now. Stay focused and pit in the next 3 laps.
So, and initially this section goes really poor, so I pre-select option tyres. Afraid I have to pit and lose quite a few positions if I do that. Pit stop is like 16 seconds or something. So I don't make it to 1st. 12 seconds is the gap to Alonso now. And lap 52 is my last lap of that I'm allowed to take it, and I take it to make sure I don't make an unwanted tyre stop, since the wing damage wasn't that bad. And I managed to settle into a groove, actually gain a little bit of time, which is important. Take a bit of drink, if you can hear from the little sip in the background. I will take a sip now as well, just to
There's some traffic at the pit exit.
counter that.
Watch out as you rejoin the track.
So I come back out in 1st. But as you can see in my mirrors, that's Alonso. So it's not much. And it's 7 laps to go, and I do have some wing damage. It's the gap, 1.1 second. That's not a lot, but it's all I have. So I was pretty solid there first, but yeah, not so certain now at this point, since Alonso is close, not close enough for an attack right now. Go wide, that's not good. 1.1 second, he should be just outside the DRS range. Hülkenberg are in Raikkonen still fighting half-wall position there. Hamilton in 7th. Still doing good, still on target for getting the championship.
Plus gap to the car behind. 3+.
This time on wires, he slows down again. I just go off track to evade him this time around. Alright, screw it, buddy. I'm falling for that one again. So 3.3 seconds, and I go a bit wide before going in straight for the last lap. But everything's good. I've got a bit of a gap to Alonso. Hamilton is in 7th place, so more than safe. At this moment, all I have to do is finish first and get another 4-win string in a row. That'll be my my 9th win of the season. Tyres are not looking too great, of course. They have to work a bit harder. Got some wing damage, but I only have to do 15 laps on them, so it's good. Being a bit more cautious in some corners due to the wing damage, but otherwise than that. Into that long swooping corner. That looks great now, I'd have to say. Here we go. One more corner to go. I switched to lean. 3 minute wide, but I've got a gap. So it's been an eventful race, but I get the win, and more importantly, I get the championship. Lewis Hamilton, as you can see, only finished in 7th place, which means I've got more than enough points to get over 75 point difference after this Grand Prix.
You dominated the whole weekend. Pole and the race win. Fantastic.
There you go. I don't get the fastest lap. No, there you go. Webber has the fastest lap by 4/10. So he's in 5th, no problem. Alonso 2nd. Kimi did make it onto the podium in 3rd. Hülkenberg, very good result, in 4th. And it's Mark Webber and Nico Rosberg. Lewis Hamilton there in 7th only, which is enough for me. Then Sergio Perez, Felipe Massa, Jenson Button, Paul di Resta, Sebastian Vettel. Look at that, only 12th, so that's good for Alonso's chances as well on getting into the podium at least. And he actually might make a little jump for Hamilton as well if Hamilton keeps doing what he's doing right now, which is not scoring a lot of points per race. But I do think that Hamilton is one of the few drivers actually in this championship who scores points at every race. Not even Vettel, maybe Alonso as well, I don't know. You can see the rest of the grid. Guido, there you go, did pretty well.
Amazing.
The 2 DNS.
Simply amazing win. That's equalled Mansell's personal record for wins in a season. Really well done. Fantastic.
Yes, well, as you can see, there's an 83-point difference to Lewis Hamilton, which means he can win every race and I can just sit on the sidelines and I can still win the Drivers' Championships with ease. So I've secured it. Very happy. There you go. Fernando Alonso is in 3rd, 99 points. And Vettel has dropped back a little bit with 186 points there in 4th place. Making a little bit of a celebration there and thinking about the point difference in the background. I can't even make out what I'm saying there. Too soft. But there you see, Kimi is actually very close into a few points of Massa with that result. A good job to him, and not much difference here at the back. So there's also actually a very good team result for Lotus, 1st place and the 3rd place. So I actually got to check that, and here you go. The Championship winner of my second season F1 2013. Of course, I didn't finish the first one because of computer problems. Very happy. Celebrating with my team. Well, a few guys anyway. Rumors have circulating, bloody blah, looking for moving teams next year's. Yeah, probably not going to do a second season in a row. And I can hear myself talk again, like just being, oh god, I made it. I'm quite surprised I actually managed to do that on that track, since I wasn't feeling very strongly there. And then you see this thing again. Whee! So I'm just showing this to see, I'll show you along with you guys that I did finally get some extra contract offers for the second season, if I were to do one. So next track is Abu Dhabi, and I could secure the constructors title there apparently. So I'm gonna try and do that as well, get the double for the team. And here we see, of course, everybody's happy for me. My manager is a bit of a well, doing a job, I suppose. And, oh, smile, yay! Kimi doesn't have to smile. I mean, come on, really? Why would I have to smile? And Andy Knight has got it wrong all season. He think I've won every race pretty much so far on this calendar, which of course is not true. I think he even said I won Belgium even after I had a DNF there, so it's a bit weird. So there you go. I think I pretty much got that wrapped up as well, the teammate challenge. And of course we got only good weather there as well. So I got 2 offers, one to renew the contract at Lotus, and one to become the number 2 driver at Mercedes, which is actually quite tempting to get. I would either drive for Mercedes or Ferrari if I get one, if I ever decide to come back to this for another season. I'm not sure I will do it 100% though. Just takes quite a goddamn while to do. I just won the Drivers' Championship for them, I mean, come on. But they're not even saying I have a #1 spot, so it's kind of interesting. So there you go. Maybe I get more offers by the end of the season if I keep doing well. So yes, I do want to secure the Constructors' Championship for the team. Get the double. There you go. There is almost a 100-point difference indeed, so I suppose I could get that already if we both have a good race. So this is great. So I'm glad you joined me for this one, and I'll see you guys next week, next time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Bye bye.